So as continuation of the series of me covering these articles, now we're going to look at some of the best family-friendly anime that are out there on the market according to Screen Rant. So we just did an article talking about kid-friendly, teen-friendly anime, and I'm curious on if this article by a different person, by Screen Rant, which is Vanessa Paya, I'm curious if it's going to be the same anime, something different, something new, I don't know, but let's hop into it and see what she suggests. So 10 friendly anime for everyone to enjoy. Choosing family-friendly anime can be challenging due to inappropriate themes and humor that may not be suitable for all viewers. Series like Poco's Udon World and Kabado offer friendly, heartwarming stories, creativity, kindness, suitable for all family viewing. Watching anime like Tamako Market and Silver Spoon can provide wholesome but education experience for viewers of all ages. By the way, Silver Spoon is fantastic. I'm working on a video for that. It's super like wholesome, and I really genuinely enjoy Silver Spoon. It is something that I really think everyone should watch. But let's go into it. You already see Pokemon Digimon, you see DBZ, Azumanga Daioh, Bocchi the Rock. Oh no, I hope it's not the same stuff. Okay, let's hop into it. Poco's Udon World shows heartwarming story about parenthood. This basically follows the story of Sota Tawara, I believe that's how you pronounce it, basically returns to his hometown after his father passes away, when he finds a little boy basically hiding in his father's house. Poco, who is actually a tanuki, and it's which tanukis are like shape-shifting raccoons, and they can appear in human forms. After this, well, as a result of this, he basically gives him an excuse to stay there longer, and while he deals with the difficulty of taking care of this creature. It's a slice of life, something very nice, very wholesome. Sekai-kun, master of killing time, is something that they say is based on creativity. This is very funny. Basically, it's about a boy and a girl sitting in class. I think they're in middle school. But she sits there and focuses on class, and every once in a while she'll look over and see this kid doing something crazy on his desk. From football to like playing with figures to apparently solving crimes and all this stuff while going through and dealing with class stuff. It's very funny, good, like kind of slapstick comedy. So moving on, Kabado is a sweet journey about helping others. It's by Clamp. It's based off a manga from Clamp. Clamp is like a very wholesome thing where authors like Cardcaptor Sakura and stuff like those beautiful, nice, well-drawn things were kind of based in. I did a video on it a while back if you want to go check it out. But you basically follow a girl who has memory loss and doesn't have any memories of her past and very little common sense, so she doesn't know the basics of society. However, she has a very clear goal, which is to fill a magic bottle and thus, you know, make her wish come true. This bottle fills up little by little as she helps those around her with worries and sickness, sadness, all that stuff. So it's a nice, wholesome journey. Then you have Tamako Market, which is just basically an everyday life at a shopping street, which, in case you don't know, they're very long, like, strips of just shops with, like, you know, different people of all different sizes, shops of different. It's very nice. This one basically follows Tamako's daily routine, from going to school to helping her at a family store until the arrival of a very quirky talking bird ends up disrupting her life. From there, he claims to come part of a mission of a prince from a tropical country. Despite the fantasy element, it's a slice of life that just deals with her and everyone around her and their daily life. It's very nice, it's relaxing, it's wholesome, definitely family friendly, and it's by Kyoto Animation, which very beautiful, very stunning, very distinct art. And kids, I personally love a lot of stuff that comes from Kyoto Animation, so I really do think you and the family will as well. Then you have Barakamon, I believe that's how you pronounce it, Barakamon, which it's about the journeys of this little girl here. It's basically a perfect happy time with a family with moderate humor, a bunch of colorful animation, and cute character design from Kyoto Animation once more. And it's the team that was in charge of it was the people who did K-On! I mean, it even has a movie sequel to it. So this story basically is about a calligrapher who, after having a problematic encounter with someone at work, gets basically leaves his work and then moves to a small town on an island where he meets all of his eccentric neighbors and the small and naughty Naru. And it follows his misadventures there, but it basically shows his everyday life struggles and how he overcomes all this stuff from creative blocks, and basically he can thank the people around him to find these needs to get over it. Very nice, very wholesome, once again very beautiful because Kyoto Animation. One I was spewing about earlier, Silver Spoon. It basically shines a light on the agricultural life. It doesn't upplay it, it shows the realities of what, you know, can happen, the good side of it, the harsh reality of some things, but it's done by the same author of Full Metal Alchemist, so you know it's very well written. But you basically follow main character Hachiken, I think that's how you pronounce it, Hachiken, who's a teenager who moves from the city to go and study agriculture. Goes and joins this agricultural high school without basically knowing anything about farming. And it shows diverse themes from family expectations being pushed upon the kids to being able to handle responsibility, the struggles of finding a dream and being like, this is what I want to do, and life lessons that are learned from the working nature, or from working with nature. And it shows the struggle of him dealing with this. And of course it has funny, you know, moments, and it has very serious moments while displaying the daily life on a farm and things you would have to do on a farm. Very good, very highly recommended. I will, like I said, have a video out on this sometime in the future. Campfire Cooking in Another World. I stand by this one as well. It's a very good isekai anime. You follow a guy named Makoto who basically gets reincarnated from his everyday busy life. And it shows him dealing with this isekai world, but he wasn't granted with these magical strong powers or anything. He was granted with the power to basically online shop. And from that perspective, he's like, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm a weak guy. Can I just get money and go adventure? And to which he does. And because of his good cooking, he gets a familiar to follow him. He adopts his little slime that's really cute and adorable. But this is like a super wholesome anime that can help people venture into the like isekai genre. This is definitely one of those gateway anime that I highly recommend. There's a lot of like good funny times. There's nothing too crazy, not a lot of like seriousness into it. It's just super wholesome, very lighthearted, and a very good way to getting into it. Little Witch Academia, which was on the other family list, is a good way as well as into the fantasy genre, as I would like to say. Basically highlights a lot of very likable people from the Little Witch Academia world. It's done by Studio Trigger, which is beautiful, good animation. One of the god tier like animation studios out there. But it basically follows this life of Karage, her daily life, as a student at this prestigious Luna Nova Magical Academy, where her idol is, and it basically just follows her aspirations and her journey through this. It's very nice, very quaint, very cute, has a little bit of action here and there, but it basically is a nice, cool, like, nice, I guess a little bit of slice of life, but it's very wholesome, it's very well executed. A lot of people can compare it to Harry Potter if you want to like try and interest people into it. Spy X Family, another good one. I related this saying this is basically like a Saturday morning cartoon show about spies and during a revolutionary, like end of a revolutionary war, dealing with like kind of a West and East Berlin situation. It's basically they made a fake family, but they end up becoming a real family as the time goes on. You follow Lloyd, who works for one side, and you follow Yor, who works for another. Lloyd is a spy, Yor is an assassin. And then you have Anya in the middle, who is a nice, cute, funny little girl who makes everyone laugh, who can read minds because she's a failed experiment. And then you end up getting a dog named Bond, who is also a failed experiment, but he can, you know, see the future a little bit. It's kind of very cute, very wholesome, and it's a very uplifting and cheerful anime with basically a good fair share of action. Nothing too bloody, nothing very overdone, very solid, very funny. Has 2 seasons out right now, has a bunch of manga out. Definitely good for the family. Then we have an introduction to sports ones, which they're saying Haiku. Haiku is definitely a good, refreshing, wholesome beat for, I would say, the sports genre. It would be a tie between Haiku for me or Kuroko no Basket as a good introduction one. Those are very grasping, nothing too overdone. This has more of the comedy side to it. Kuroko is a little bit more serious, but still very good, very well drawn, very, you know, very well done. Kuroko's like 80 episodes and finished. This I don't think is done yet or just finished up. But you've basically followed the underdog school that is the Karasuno team. They're basically underdogs. They fell from height. They were known as some of the best high school volleyball people that there was. And you basically follow our main character, Hinata, who helps it bring it from the ground up. And it's a very good breakthrough through like competition and basically shows a lot of charismatic characters and a whole roster of memorable people. And it's a very good way to, like I said, to break into like sports anime. There's a lot of different sports animes out there, and I do think this is like the one to start with. This or Kuroko, like I said before. But it's a very good family-friendly anime. And with that rounds it off. I think that's a okay finisher for this. Like I said, it would be between this or Kuroko no Basket. So there were some crossovers between the other anime article that I did before this one, but this also showed a lot of different ones, like Silver Spoon. I honestly did not expect them to recommend Silver Spoon out of all the anime that could, and I'm happy with that. Silver Spoon is so good. So let me know what you guys think about this. I'm going to keep going into more articles. I have a bunch more coming up, and I want to know what some of your recommendation is for families to like sit down and watch together. I know some people have watched Ava together. I know some people watch Full Metal Alchemist. I wouldn't do that with kids, but some people have. So let me know your experiences. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you all later. Bye-bye.